Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Idaho Business Podcast, where it's all about helping Idaho business owners make more money, grow real companies, and stop building themselves jobs. Today's episode hits close to home for me. It's about decision making, confidence, and how your old stories might be keeping you stuck. So buckle up. This one's part war story, part mindset shift, and all fire. Let's rock and roll. We're also sponsored by Health West, great organization, great medical team, great people. Give them a Google, find where they're closest to you, and see what they can do for you and your loved ones. All right, guys. A few years back, I went to a conference with my consultant, and part of this conference, they had a little retreat one afternoon, and they're like, "Hey, let's do something." So they planned something fun for us. They brought us to this shop in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we had this gun course with Guardian and Haley Strategic. And these guys are a professional group. I can't say enough good things about these guys. Awesome people. Now, this wasn't your average concealed carry class. This was real deal, high pressure, high stakes, decision making under fire, literally. They put you in a 300-degree simulator. Huge screen surrounding you, full tactical scenario, and here's the kicker: you're wearing a shock pack. Okay, you're getting real guns. They're sighted in with lasers instead of obviously live ammunition, because you don't want to be shooting live ammunition at screens. That would be silly. CO2 packs in the magazine slots, so your gun gets full recoil as you're shooting, so it feels real. The aim is true. Everything is right on. Okay, so you're wearing a shock pack, and if you shoot the wrong person, or you get shot, or you hesitate too long, bam, you get lit up with electricity. And I can tell you, it's not going to be something gentle. I had a split second to decide. Do I engage? Do I duck? Do I draw? What's behind the guy? Who else is in the room? What's my line of fire? I made the decision, took the shot, and immediately after the screens go black, they walk in and say, "Tell us exactly what happened. Why did you take the course of action?" Their whole mantra is thinkers before shooters. You don't act out of fear or reaction. You train, you prepare, and when the moment comes, you act with clarity. And I'll tell you, when they came in and they said, "Tell us exactly what happened. Tell us why you did that." Your mind is in a total fight or flight mode at that point, because you have the shock pack on. So that shock pack really does put you in a fight or flight, because you know it's not going to be pleasant if it hits you, and it's so real life. These scenarios they put you in, these characters on screen will actually interact with you with what you're saying to them. Even I'm telling you, it's amazing. But being able to pivot from that fight or flight brain to, okay, now I need to really think and be able to use my words and bring full dialogue into why I brought this course of action. It was difficult. So when they talked about thinkers before shooters, it was enlightening, because it makes you realize, just as a hand-to-hand, handguns and weapons in general. I think people get a bad rap because, handguns do all this damage, but really, handgun owners are trained to be thinkers, and to think through, scenarios. Hopefully, and hopefully these people are. So, okay, let's move on to why I talked about this scenario. I'm not telling you this story to sound like Jason Borden because I'm telling you, I am far from it. Uh, I have nothing but respect for those people who serve our country, who get trained by these guys, because I know Travis Haley, and the Guardian Group. Those guys, they train some really hardcore people, people that defend our country and do amazing things for us. And I have the utmost respect for those people. So I'm definitely not saying this to tout my own skills or abilities. It was just a fun experience I had the privilege to be a part of. I'm telling you this because in life and in business, we are constantly inside our own version of that simulator. You don't have forever to make decisions. Opportunities show up fast and they disappear even faster. Sometimes you only have a few moments to act, to hire that person, to fire that one who's poisoning your culture, to take on the new market, to raise your prices, to pull the trigger on that investment you've been sitting on. And what happens? We hesitate, we overthink, we replay old stories. There's a killer episode from Ed Mylett. It was just 2 episodes again, if you want to go look that up, where he talks about the dangerous power of the old stories we keep replaying in our minds. You know the ones. Last time I tried something big, I failed. I'm not ready yet. I'm not smart enough. I don't deserve more. People like me don't get rich. And here's the truth. Those stories, most of them, aren't even accurate. Your brain has been editing those for years. You're remembering 50 to 90% of what actually happened. And the rest has been made up of fear, shame, and ego or assumptions. Here's what's worse. We build our future off of those old stories. We use them as data points to make decisions today. That's like trying to use an old iPhone with a cracked screen and no charger as your GPS. Good luck. It's not happening, people. So think about that. Our brain has a way, like I'm telling you, you look it up, you look at all the data, there's therapists and psychologists, they've done the studies. Your old memories are not as accurate as you think they are. Look it up, I'm telling you. You might think, oh, no, I know, I remember that story. I remember this exactly. Well, great, but you guarantee it's not 100%. At most, it might be 90%. Okay, let's go on. Ed Mylett talks about something else in that episode, the concept of your thermostat. And I love this part. I love talking about this because he's talked about this before. We all have that financial thermostat, a success thermostat, a relationship thermostat, and it's set at the level we believe we deserve. We could be crushing it right now. Your business is growing, clients are coming in, money's good, but it's your eternal setting. If your internal setting is still set at 72 degrees because of something your dad said to you at 12 years old or a business failure 5 years ago, guess what? Your subconscious will find a way to bring that temperature back down to what feels safe and familiar. We sabotage ourselves all the time because we haven't updated the thermostat. Think of in your own life in those scenarios where that has happened to you. I know that has happened in my life, and I'm constantly trying to continue to raise my thermostat up, bring my level of comfort those degrees upward instead of, hey, 72 degrees is just that perfect temperature. Okay. So what do we do with all this? We need to start trusting our training. You've made mistakes. Good. You've had wins. Even better. You've put in the reps. You've learned from other people. You've grown. At some point, you've got to say, I'm not going to let a half true story from my past decide what kind of future I get to build. I want to think like I had to in that simulator. You can't freeze. You can't panic. You definitely just can't say, hey, hold on, let me replay all the failures from the last 10 years before I act. No, you act. You decide, you move. You own whatever comes next with confidence. Because in business and in life, success doesn't belong to the most prepared. It belongs to the ones who are prepared enough and bold enough to take the shot. Here's your challenge this week, and even my challenge. What's the decision you've been sitting on? I have one. Is it time to raise prices, fire the bad client, hire the salesperson, expand to that second location. Now ask yourself, what old story is making me hesitate? Call it out, replace it, then take the shot. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago. You're not stuck at 72 degrees. You don't need to live in the simulator forever. Trust your gut, trust your growth. You deserve to win. Let's go. That's all it comes down to, people. I've been dealing with this a lot in my life. I feel like I've been in my comfort level, and then I go up, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, a past story will resurface in my mind, and it'll pull me back down to that comfort temperature when I know I should be making strides by continuing to act and take the shots that have gotten me to this point to the point I've been at today, and where I've been at, where I'm continuing to go. Okay, I hope you guys got something out of this today. I love Ed Mylett, and I love his episodes, and I hope between me going through that episode and talking about this training, hopefully it would help you. As always, be helpful, be grateful, be happy, and find opportunities to serve others. If you got something out of this today's episode, shoot me a message or share it with another Idaho business owner who needs a little push today. Until next time, keep building, keep believing, and keep making Idaho a little stronger, one decision at a time. Thanks, guys. Adios.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.